Good afternoon po. Welcome to SHS Campus Radio 97 MHz. Okay, before we start with our short discussion, we would like to thank our folk dance participants, namely Nif Terry Garces, Kyla Cassandra Mendoza, Aaron J. Leonardo, Dave Swellen, Charity Lumilan, and Axel Jan Abela. These are our student representatives for the Regional Skill Olympics Folk Dance Competition. We would like also to thank Sir Christian Rolla for the assistance and guidance. Same is true with our MAPE supervisor, Ma'am Imelda Agustin. Thank you po, ma'am.
Mensana Incorporazado, a sound mind in a sound body. Physical education is a key component to a happy and healthy lifestyle. It fosters physical, mental, emotional, social, and spiritual development. INHS-SHS will now deliver PE radio-based learning. This is Health Optimizing Physical Education.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Mr. Raymart Saldo, your radio teacher for this afternoon's session. For a little background about us, I am a Teacher 2, your physical education teacher at Isabela National High School, Senior High School.
Yours too is Mrs. Sandy C. Divina, physical education teacher and the advisor of ADT Masining.
So for our time check, we are in 4 o'clock and 6 minutes in the afternoon. So before we go with our discussion for this afternoon, we will give some updates on our lessons and for our monitoring with our students. For the updates on my class, for the HUMS 11 students, kindly join our Facebook close group for Health Optimizing Physical Education. Again, for HUMS 11 students, kindly join our Facebook close group for Health Optimizing Physical Education. And do not forget to take your long quiz part 1 and part 2. Of course, do not also forget to accomplish your performance task for first quarter. We have our physical fitness test, our fitness plan implementation, and of course our fitness plan. For the important announcements, updates, quiz, and submission links, refer to the pinned or featured posts on the group.
And of course, for the grade 11 STEM students, you may tune in via our Facebook page, INHS On Air SHS Champ Campus Radio 97 MHz. Of course, you need also to continue with your fitness plan. Okay, so pwede pong tuloy-tuloy na yan para ma-maintain po natin yung ating good physical body.
Amazing!
Okay, and once again, we would like to recognize our Skillimpics dancers for our folk dance entry on the Regional Skillimpics 2021 on Sunday.
Okay, they are Nif Terry Garces, Kyla Cassandra Mendoza, Aaron J. Leonardo, Dave Swellen, Charity Lumilan, and Axel Jan Abela.
Thank you, our dear students, for accepting the call and the challenge in spite of this pandemic. Okay, let's not go any farther. Let's start with our lesson 1 in our Health Optimizing Physical Education Quarter 2, Week 1. For our objectives, at the end of this session, you, our students, should be able to first discuss stress and its symptoms. And second, identify the benefits of physical activity in coping with stress. And third, make an information sheet material in managing stress. Of course, you will do that on your self-learning modules.
Okay, so let's start by giving our definition with stress and its characteristics.
Okay, so stress in its characteristics. In the daily challenges of life, individuals often encounter discomfort, circumstances and events that disturb one's physical, mental, and emotional states. The body's response to the discomfort it experiences is called stress. Kaya madami sa atin pag medyo yung mga estudyante natin kapag medyo na-overwhelm na sila sa kanilang academic task, natural na sabihin nilang, ay, na-stress na ako, ang daming ginagawa. Okay? So, yun yung sinasabi natin, yun na yung tinatawag nating stress. Tayo ay nagre-react sa discomfort na ating nararamdaman dahil na-overwhelm na tayo sa academic requirements or tasks. And of course, stress is the body's way of reacting to an external stimulus such as discomfort. It activates the sympathetic nervous system which brings about a fight or flight response, wherein cortisol and adrenaline are released into the bloodstream. So ano nga ba yung fight or flight response? Simply put, fight or flight response, ito yung nagdidikta sa katawan natin kung tayo ba ay lalaban or tatakbo. For example, naglalakad ka sa isang madilim na eskinita, meron kang makakasalubong na aso. Anong gagawin mo? Would you look for any kind of material that you would use to fend for yourself? Maghanap ka ng bato, maghanap ka ng pamalo para lumayo yung aso, or babalik ka sa pinanggalingan mo. Okay? Yun yung tinatawag nating fight or flight response. And of course, cortisol and adrenaline are released into the bloodstream. So, konting vocabulary tayo. When we say cortisol, this is the chemical that we release kaya tayo nagkakaroon ng stress. Okay, dun natin malalaman na ay stress tayo, madaming cortisol sa katawan natin. And adrenaline, ito yung special chemical na nilalabas ng katawan natin para tayo ay magkaroon ng extra strength, speed, or endurance. Kaya kung meron mang emergency, bigla tayong bumibilis tumakbo, hinabol ka ng aso, ganon, that's the work of our adrenaline. Yun ang tinatawag nating adrenaline rush. And cortisol and adrenaline hormones stimulate your heart to pump faster, making your blood pressure rise. Your muscles start to contract, your breathing quickens, and your senses become more sensitive. These changes in your body caused by stress increases your stamina and strength, makes you react quickly, and keeps you more focused. Stress affects all of us. It's part of one's life. Hindi natin kayang tanggalin yun or hindi natin pwedeng tanggalin. Kasi may mga stress factors na beneficial din sa atin. The human body and its system are equipped to respond to stress. Most of the events that happen to you and around you contribute stress to your body. The effects of stress differ for each individual based on their ability to adjust to certain changes from the environment and the people around them. Some are able to cope easily, but others have hard time. So, hindi tayo pare-parehas. Ito na yung tinatawag nating individual differences. Kung siya madaling ma-stress sa academic work, ikaw hindi, you should respect that because you are not built the same. Okay? And we have actually two types of stress. The first type is the eustress. And the second type is what we call distress. Okay, let's analyze first what is a eustress. From the prefix EU, it means beneficial. So, Eustress is a kind of stress from mild to moderate. Ang pinag-usapan natin dito, yung level. Pag eustress, ito yung stress na nakakatulong sa'yo. For example, gusto mong magpalaki ng katawan or gusto mong mag-develop ng muscles. Nag-exercise ka, medyo sumakit yung kalamnan mo. And after that, pag nakapag-rest ka na, medyo nagkakaroon na ng size yung muscle. Yun yung tinatawag nating eustress. It brings you positive change. In contrary with distress, ito yung stress, the kind of stress na nakakasama sa katawan. Ito na yung magkakasakit ka na, yung hindi na maganda yung pakiramdam mo. And usually, kapag sinabi natin distress, psychological kasi sa estudyante, yung broken-hearted, yan, hindi na masyadong kumakain. That's a form of distress. And of course, distress triggers mental, emotional, and physical problems, and even worse, certain symptoms or diseases. And for our next topic, Ma'am Sunday will discuss the symptoms of stress after a short break.
Jose, bakit di ka pa nakikinig? Oras na ng klase ninyo sa radyo
Hindi naman po ako nakikita ni teacher eh.
Huwag magpabaya sa pag-aaral. Ang pagsisikap ay daan sa pag-unlad.
Isang paalala mula sa DepEd Region 2 at ng himpilang ito.
And we're back. Okay, so after knowing stress, distress, and eustress, let's now identify the different symptoms of it. And there are 3 aspects that we should consider. First is emotional aspect. Second is mental. And third is physical. Under emotional stress, we have nervousness. You easily gets upset and moody. Sometimes, hindi na tayo naiintindihan ng ating mga kaibigan or family members because nagkakaroon po ng change sa ating mood. Sometimes mabait, tas bigla na lang nagagalit. And naapektuhan na po yung ating mga friends. Next is overwhelming feeling and sometimes uncontrollable experience in relaxing the mind. So hindi na po tayo nakakapag-isip ng mabuti. Dahil sa sobrang happy tayo, nagkakaroon na ng ibang nararamdaman which is nakaka-affect talaga sa ating mga kaibigan or family members. Low self-esteem, loneliness, and the feeling of being worthless. So, during face-to-face, kapag tinatawag ka ni teacher para mag-perform sa harap, ayaw mong pumunta kasi nahihiya ka. So, mababa pa rin yung self-confidence. Which is, kapag tapos na yung ating klase, naiisip mo na, bakit kasi ganito ako? Bakit kasi nahihiya pa rin ako? Ano bang dapat kong gawin? O, diba? Same as true with love. You have a person na gustong-gusto mo. Pero dahil nahihiya kang sabihin yung nararamdaman mo sa kanya, ayan na, nagkakaroon ka na ng problema. Amazing! Paano ko ba siya malalapitan? Paano ko ba siya magiging akin? Sana all. Okay, next is mental. Okay? Lack of focus. So, sometimes, nag-iiba-iba yung ating decision. We have a disturbed mindset. Minsan, napapa-oo tayo sa isang pangyayari, but then, we tend to change our decision. Next one is physical. So, we have weak and lesser strength, and we easily gets cold and infection.
Aha!
So, mababa po yung ating immune system kapag stress po tayo.
Aha!
Another, we have headache. Sumasakit po yung ating ulo kapag meron tayong maraming problema. Stomach upset. Okay, ito na po yung pagkakaroon na ng diarrhea and constipation. Loss of appetite. Hindi na po tayo nakakakain. Aches, pains, tense muscles, and sleeplessness. Because of our stresses, hindi na po tayo nakakatulog ng maayos. Yung dating 9 p.m. na schedule ng ating pagtulog ay nagiging 2 a.m. na. Okay? So another po, additional information, lalo na sa ating mga ladies dyan, if we are stressed, nade-delay po yung ating menstruation.
Aha!
So bawal pong ma-stress. Dapat happy lang tayo.
And of course, we will have the coping with stress through physical activity later to be explained by me or brought to you by me after a short break.
Jose, bakit di ka pa nakikinig? Oras na ng klase ninyo sa radyo ah.
Hindi naman po ako nakikita ni teacher eh.
Huwag magpabaya sa pag-aaral. Ang pagsisikap ay daan sa pag-unlad.
Isang paalala mula sa DepEd Region 2 at ng himpilang ito.
And now we are back. So I have discussed to you the what is stress and its characteristics, and also we have identified what are the two types of stress, which are eustress and distress. And Ma'am Sunday discussed about the symptoms of stress, and now we will have how to cope up or how to cope with stress through physical activity. Okay? So before we go through, let's first define what is physical activity. So physical activity is defined as any bodily movement that works your skeletal muscles and physical skills that requires strength and energy expenditure. So yung simpleng paglalakad natin, simpleng pagtayo natin, yun ay gumagamit ng physical skill at nagre-require ng energy expenditure.
Amazing!
Okay? So we have many types of physical activities that can be used to cope with stress. We have the first one, we have the aerobic, we have the anaerobic, and we have the lifestyle. The fourth one, we have the physical activity play, we have play, and the last one is sports, the most popular. Of course, first one we have the aerobic.
Aha!
Lahat tayo alam na natin to, grade 4 pa lang tayo kasi ay nagturo ako ng elementary. Ito yung lesson namin noon. Nagturo ako ng junior high, lesson din ng junior high to. So when we say aerobic, from the word aero, it means air. That when we do something that will require us air, it means it's a kind of moderate intensity physical activity.
Aha!
What are the examples? So we have running, we have weightlifting, we have exercises like jumping rope, cycling, swimming, running, playing football, basketball, or volleyball. But there's one condition that we should always remember if we are to do aerobic activities. Pag sinabi nating aerobic activities, you're doing the activity for a considerable amount of time. Yung hihingalin ka at magpapawis ka. Okay? So that's it. Number 2, we have the anaerobic. It's a high-intensity physical activity that is done in a short duration of time, which requires high energy. Yung ginagamit ko kaninang example na bigla kang hinabol ng aso, anaerobic activity yon. Kasi biglang bumilis, biglang tumakbo ka ng mabilis.
Aha!
Okay, yung mga one example, pag merong hakutan ng gamit, okay, pag sa ilagan, ang ilagan is medyo binabaha tayo during rainy months. So pag ayan na yung tubig, bigla kang maghahakot ng gamit. Kahit mabigat na nabubuhat mo. That's using anaerobic physical activity. Okay? So some of the examples, sprinting during running. So, baka mamaya merong magtanong, sprinting na nga, running pa. Pag sinabi kasi nating sprinting, it's a type of running which you use your maximum potential. Okay? We have swimming and cycling because it requires extensive power or explosive strength. Yung bigla kang maglalabas ng effort. And always remember, anaerobic activities or anaerobic physical activities require maximal performance during brief period. And of course, we have the third one, lifestyle. Pag sinabi nating lifestyle, these are the physical activities that we do and are integrated into our daily lives. Yung pagbuhat mo ng timba, pagbobomba, climbing stairs, sweeping, ayan, yun yung lifestyle, yung everyday mong ginagawa na nagre-require ng physical or energy expenditure. And of course, fourth one, we have the physical activity play. Physical activity play is defined as intense play activity that requires substantial energy expenditure. Yung mga larong kalye. Very good example, yung mga laro sa kalye. Patintero, locally we know it as Enter the Dragon, we have the Tumbang Preso, yung mga yon, those are physical activity play.
Pero parang napalitan na ata yun, sir eh.
May bago ba, ma'am?
May mga bagong laro kayo ng mga bata. Pero considering po na pandemic ngayon,
Yes.
hindi na po nila masyadong nakakalabas.
Yes, kasi bawal. May nagro-ronda na mamang pulis. Anyways, they can still do naman, ma'am, no, within the parameters of their home.
Yes.
Yan, mag-jumping rope sila. Hiramin muna nila yung sampayan ni nanay. Provided, wag lang sila mapagalitan, ano? And of course, we have the 5.
Okay,
Number
play.
5, play. Simple and self-reflected activities with flexible rules for the purpose of enjoyment. Kunwari, kayo-kayo ng mga tropa mo, meron siyang bola, na pagkasunduan nyo na, yung shooting lang, yung ganun. Tapos after the laro, magme-merienda kayo. Yun, that's play. Pampaalis ng stress yan. And of course, number 6, yung pinaka-popular type of physical activity which we do or engage to cope with stress is sports.
So this is a physical activity requiring skill and physical prowess that is governed by set of rules and regulations that is often done in competition. And there are 2 categories of sports. We have individual and team. Okay, so ano nga ba yung mga individual sports, sir, na nilalaro natin?
Individual sports, by definition, ma'am, ito yung mga sports na we try to beat our own record. Just like, for example, running,
Okay, sa athletics.
throwing events, archery, yung kalaban mo yung sarili mo.
Naalala ko tuloy, sir, kasi ako rin noon, naglalaro ako ng javelin throw, shot put, and discus throw. That's my sport when I was in college.
Yan, so ibig sabihin talagang malakas ang braso ni Ma'am Sunday kasi throwing event yon, batuhan.
Yes, sir.
Ako naman, when I was in high school, I was the team captain of Isabela National High School Archery Team. Nung ako yung 4th year. At nakaabot ako ng Kagra. Amazing! Nag-uwi naman ng tansan at bronze. Tansan kasi yung tawag namin nun sa pag 4th place ka, ganun, tansan na yun.
Magaling ka palang pumana, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Pati rin ba sa puso?
Maybe. Okay, so there we have it, our coping with stress through physical activity. We have the different types of physical activity. Rundown natin ulit. Meron tayong aerobic, anaerobic, lifestyle, physical activity play, and sports.
Okay, sir. So, i-acknowledge naman natin yung ating mga viewers live sa Facebook po.
Ayan, we have Monalika Dimatingkal Dibaratum. Humes 11 patients. Ay, estudyante ko to
Si Sir Christian Polgangan, nanonood din po siya sa atin. Hello, sir.
Hello sir, good afternoon.
We also have Johanna Oligario, Humes 11 Loyalty. John Vincent Ulnagan, Humes 11 Compassion. Amazing! Same with Monalika Dibaratun from Humes 11 Patience.
And also we have Breca May Escobar from Humes 11 Peace. How are you related to Reynalyn Escobar? Anyways,
Okay, so Mr. Jimboy Balbin of 11 Compassion.
Ganti ko lahat tong mga to ah.
Wala pa akong nakitang STEM dito, sir. Pero hello pa rin STEM students. Siguro nakatune in po sila sa kanilang mga radyo or sa cellphone.
Ayan. Siguro kayo hindi makakomment ma'am kasi yung transistor na yung gamit nila.
Siguro, sir, kasi parang love na love nila ang radio eh.
And of course, we will have the physical activities mechanism in coping with stress after a short break.
Jose, bakit di ka pa nakikinig? Oras na ng klase ninyo sa radyo ah.
Hindi naman po ako nakikita ni teacher eh.
Huwag magpabaya sa pag-aaral. Ang pagsisikap ay daan sa pag-unlad.
Isang paalala mula sa DepEd Region 2 at ng himpilang ito.
Okay, and we're back. Now, we move on to physical activities mechanism in coping with stress. Keeping your body physically active can help improve overall disposition, increase the release of endorphins, and offer meditation-like qualities. Exercise can also reduce the flight response often triggered by stress. Ito sir yung medyo nakakalimutan natin minsan, yung pagkakaroon po ng exercise before doing our daily tasks.
Yes,
Kaya
ma'am.
sabi ko sa aking mga students under STEM strand, ituloy lang yung kanilang fitness program.
Actually, problema to ma'am kasi meron tayong mga rasunan na pagod na nga ako sa trabaho, magpapakapagod pa ako sa exercise. So, just to clarify things lang po, yung pagod po natin sa trabaho at yung pagod natin sa pag-exercise, magkaiba po yun. Beneficial po yung pagod natin sa exercise. Yun po ay eustress na tinatawag natin.
Positive stress. Okay, so we have also mood booster. Engaging in physical activity can improve moods and make us feel better, increasing self-confidence, thus reducing stress. Exercise can also improve our quality and ability to sleep, resulting in a fully rested body, which can definitely have a positive impact on our overall disposition and cognitive function. Ayan, so makakatulog po tayo dito ng maayos kung ginagawa po natin yung ating mga exercises.
Yes. And of course, we have the endorphin release. Participating in physical activity can result in an increase in endorphin levels. Ano ba yung endorphin levels? Endorphin levels is one of the many chemicals that our pituitary gland reacts to or manages to release so that we can feel good right after doing something that is beneficial or about our passion. So,
Aha!
for example, ang pagtatanggal mo ng stress, pakikinig sa music. Habang nakikinig ka ng music, nagre-release ng endorphin yung pituitary gland mo so that you feel happy. And also, it's the same effect kapag tayo ay kumakain ng chocolate. Kaya lang medyo hinay-hinay tayo kasi nga, pag ikaw ay nag-exercise, nababawasan ka ng timbang. Pag kumain ka ng chocolate, madadagdagan ka ng timbang pag napasobra yung kain. Kaya, personally ako, mag-exercise na lang ako, tas konting chocolate.
Okay, we also have mind stimulator. Exercise can be a form of meditation. While involved in an engrossing physical activity, we may find that we are concentrating strictly on the physical work. We tend to forget the problems and worries we have at present. With this, our mind is somehow freed and stimulated to work and find solutions to our stress. meditation pala ang exercise, sir.
Yes.
So kapag nag-exercise tayo, nandun yung isip natin. Siyempre, pag nagpapawis tayo, di ba, ang sarap sa pakiramdam
Yes.
din?
Kasi usually exercises are repetitive routines. So for example, ang exercise mo na paborito ay push-up. Nakafocus ka lang sa pagpu-push up. Yung kalat ng isip mo, nare-refocus sa isang bagay lang.
Stick to one, kumbaga, sir?
Yes, of course. Napakadaming application talaga ng stick to one na yan.
So, hindi lang pala sa exercise, maraming aspect pa.
Yes, you just need to widen your horizons, ika nga nila.
Okay, reduction of fight or flight response. Stress, either big or small, activates our fight or flight response, and in doing so, deluge our body with different hormones including cortisol, adrenaline, and noradrenaline. Oversecretion of these hormones is brought about by stress. This must be controlled and returned to normal state. Otherwise, it could interfere with body functions, leading to adrenal fatigue. Physical activity or movement metabolizes the hormones triggered by stress, processing these chemicals and returning them to normal levels. Once these hormones have been metabolized, the level of homeostasis improves, regulating the internal conditions of the body, thus bringing in a state of balance and stability. In this manner, we feel calm and ready to gear up and face the world once again. So, secretion of hormones, sir.
So, may I just interject, konting trivia lang tayo. Yung cortisol levels natin sa araw-araw ay pinakamataas or yung peak ay sa 7 a.m.
Aha!
Okay? Pag sinabi natin cortisol, ito yung stress-giving hormone natin. So, balikan natin ng konti sa pagkabata natin. Cortisols are the reason why pinapatulog tayo ng tanghali or hapon ng mga parents or ng mga lolo't lola natin.
Aha!
Kasi nga pag nag-rest ka, yung cortisol levels bumababa.
Aha!
So pag nasobrahan yon, posibleng magkaroon ng epekto or ng masamang epekto sa growth mo. Kaya kung medyo nag-stuck yung, I don't want to sound stereotypical, pero it's based on science, pag medyo nag-stuck yung height mo, siguro hindi masyado kang natutulog nung bata ka. Ayan. So, hanggang ngayon, habulin nyo pa. Pag may oras kayo matulog, wag mo na mag-ML.
Okay, so, sir, before we sum up with our topic, we would like to acknowledge again our viewers live from Facebook. We have Apple Joy Gasmin from STEM 11 Jupiter.
And also, we have Remelin Clave of 11 Humility. Ito si Remelin, estudyante ko to. Parang napakasipag ng mga Humes na manood. Hindi ko sila ni-require. You may, sabi ko, pero nandyan sila.
We also have Joanna Marie de la Cruz, again from STEM 11 Jupiter.
Yan, meron nang nanonood. Also, we have Everlyn Salvador Mora. Minention siya ni Chris Balido. We also have Limelson C. Costales from Hume's Diligence.
We also have Jerome Mendoza, hello, from Hume's 11 Compassion.
And we have Jayshel Castro from Hume's 11 Diligence.
And we have Jeffrey Del Rosario, again from STEM 11 Jupiter.
Yan, ang dami nating viewers, ma'am. Parang okay na magtanong ngayon na. So, for our assessment, meron kaming 5 items na itatanong ni ma'am. Actually, ako lang kasi nasa akin yung kopya. Ayan. Identification type of questions, kung ano yung diniscuss namin ni ma'am kanina. Kung ano yung sa tingin nyo yung tamang sagot or your choice. You just comment your answers and titingnan natin kung sinong unang makakapagbigay ng tamang sagot sa ating mga katanungan. And of course, we will do that right after a short break.
Jose, bakit di ka pa nakikinig? Oras na ng klase ninyo sa radyo ah.
Hindi naman po ako nakikita ni teacher eh.
Huwag magpabaya sa pag-aaral. Ang pagsisikap ay daan sa pag-unlad.
Isang paalala mula sa DepEd Region 2 at ng himpilang ito.
Okay, so ready na po yung ating mga questions. I-comment lang po ninyo sa ating comment box. Okay, ready na, sir?
Okay, ready na. First question natin. What are the two types of stress? Ayan, isang tanong lang pero dalawang sagot. What are the two types of stress? Sino kaya ang ating unang estudyante na makapagbigay ng tamang sagot? Yan, maghintay tayo or habang tayo ay okay lang ba ma'am na pagsunod-sunod na natin yung question tapos pagsasagot sila na numberan lang nila?
Okay lang, sir, para dire-diretso. Ay, sir, meron
Ay,
na.
ang bilis naman ni Remilyn.
Bilis nyo
So,
mag-type.
eustress and distress or the positive and negative stress, you are correct, Remilyn Clave. Ayan, ang bilis ni Remilyn na.
Sa'yo yan, sir?
Yes, estudyante ko yan from Yung's Humility.
Oh, humabol po si
Ayan,
Althea. Same answer.
Same answer, ibig sabihin, of course, tama silang pareha.
Marami na sila, sir.
Okay, ayan, sunod-sunod na. Parang may delay kasi eh.
Okay, tignan natin, sir, kung sino yung makakakuha ng mabilis sa question
Okay.
number 2.
Question number 2. Eustress and distress. Of the two types of stress, which type is beneficial to the human body? Of the two types of stress, which type of stress is beneficial to the human body?
Hi, Ma'am Jazel. Good afternoon po. Thank you for watching.
Ayan, sumasagot pa lang si Jimboy Balbin, Nicole, and Chris.
We have the first
Ayan,
answer,
first
sir.
answer we have J-Shell
Castro.
Ayan, eustress or the positive stress. Very good.
Same answer with the rest, diba? Ang bilis, sir.
Bilis na, sunod-sunod na, puro tama.
Ang gagaling nila. Okay.
Parang ayaw ko nang magpakusa, parang dito pa lang puro tama na yung sagot.
Yan. So, ready na rin sila for question number 3.
Okay, for our question number 3. Moodiness, loneliness, and lack of focus. Ulitin natin. Moodiness, loneliness, lack of focus. Which of the three is categorized as an emotional symptom of stress? Again, moodiness, loneliness, and lack of focus. Which of the three or which among the three is categorized as an emotional symptom of stress?
May sagot na agad si Miss Remeline. Sabi niya, sir, emotional.
And emotional is correct.
Nakakadalawa na si Remeline, sir. Kanina siya ulit yung
Ang bilis,
unang
ah.
nakasagot sa first question.
Yan, parang talagang tutok na tutok si Remeline kasi parang galing pa to sa ano eh. Ito yata yung malayo siya masyado malayo din. So again, moodiness, loneliness, and lack of focus are categorized as symptoms. Yan. And number 4, let's go with number 4. What chemical is released that can make you feel good? Again, what chemical is released during physical activity that can make you feel good or relaxed?
Sino kaya ang unang makakasagot sa question number 4?
Ay, meron tayong konting na overlook, ma'am.
Sir, ang sabi
Balik
ni...
tayo sa number 3 kasi moodiness, loneliness, lack of focus, which of the three is categorized as as an emotional symptom of stress. So, alin sa tatlo ang emotional symptom of stress ay ang lack of focus ay mental, ang moodiness ay emotional, ang loneliness ay Anong lonely?
Aha!
Emotional. So, dalawa yung sagot. Sa number 3 natin, pwedeng moodiness or loneliness. Ayan, na-overlook na tayo. Pasensya na kasi talagang dikdikan ang laban. Medyo na-excite. Medyo na-excite din kami magbasa. Okay, go.
Okay,
So, on the current, number 4 na tayo. Again, what chemical is released during physical activity that can make you or can make us feel good and relaxed?
eto sir, meron na namang nauna. Kung sino yung nauna ng first
Sino
question
nauna?
and third question, siya na naman yung nauna sa
Ayan,
fourth
so,
question.
may
Si
sumagot
Miss
na
Remelie.
cortisol.
Ang sagot.
Ang cortisol kasi mga kaibigan or ating mga minamahal na estudyante ay ito yung stress-giving hormone. So ang tanong natin, that can you make feel good? Maganda ba yung pakiramdam mo pag na-stress ka? Syempre hindi. So cortisol is not the answer. And we have adrenaline. Adrenaline is the chemical that gives us extra strength, energy, and speed. So, hindi rin yung sagot. Hindi rin yun yung sagot. Meron pang isa.
Aha!
Pare-pareho sila sir, cortisol and adrenaline.
Meron kayong na-overlook. Ulitin natin, what chemical, dagdagan ko na lang yung phrasing, baka medyo naguluhan sila. What chemical is released by the pituitary gland during physical activity that can make you or can make us feel good? Sirit? Okay, so
Exercise ang
Exercise.
answer ni Rika May.
medyo malayo tayo.
Aha!
Chemical yung ating tinatanong. So, meron na bang bagong sagot?
Same exercise pa rin sir. Siguro magbigay tayo ng mga 5 seconds para hintayin yung kanilang answer.
Sige.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ano nga ba yung tamang sagot, sir?
Ang tamang sagot natin ay endorphins.
Endorphin.
These are the chemicals that can make us feel good during physical activity. Kaya after nating mag-jogging ng after few minutes, medyo gumagaan ang ating pakiramdam. Oh, may sumagot. Serotonin daw. Actually, serotonin and endorphin goes together.
Dopamine.
No? Dopamine, meron din.
Dopamine.
Yan yung sinasabi nating happy hormone.
Okay, so...
Actually, we can accept those answers, serotonin and dopamine. Kaya lang ang natin nakalagay sa reference, ang pinaka talaga ay yung endorphin.
Aha!
Okay, so for the last question. Ito na yung last question natin.
Amazing!
What is defined as any bodily movement that works your skeletal muscles and physical skills that usually requires strength and energy expenditure? Again, what is defined as any bodily movement that works your skeletal muscles and physical skills usually requires strength and energy expenditure?
Okay, sino kaya ang unang makakasagot?
Yan, medyo may delay tayo. Parang pinag-iisipan talaga yung sasagot. Parang nangunguna talaga.
Si Remeline again. Ang
Remeline
sagot
again.
niya,
Ang tamang sagot ay physical activity.
Ayan.
Yan. So, sunod na sila. Na-delay lang siguro ng ilang milliseconds lang yung ating susunod na mga nagbigay ng sagot. We have Jimboy Balvin. We have Recame Escobar. Tama lahat yung sagot. Hazel Pacano. Althea Badire. Physical activity. Yes, tama lahat ng sagot nyo. And of course, tapos na ang ating assessment part. Ayan. So, tayo ay nagtagal on air for how many minutes? Ayan. For more than 45 minutes. Hindi namin ina-expect yun.
Amazing!
Okay.
Okay, so to sum up, okay, engaging in physical activity and participating in sports have significant benefits to our health. It is acknowledged as one of the most effective strategies for managing stress. Living an active life through physical activity can help in elevating your mood and activating our body parts, resulting to improvement in overall disposition. The body system functions to increase release of endorphins, also known as a natural painkiller. Also, concentrating on the physical activity offers meditation-like qualities where your focus is on the movement, giving you a sense of relief, free from worries and stress. Physical activity and movement metabolize and process stress-generated hormones, returning it to normal levels, reducing further symptoms of stress.
And there we have it, our synopsis for this afternoon's physical education session. Before we end our session, Ma'am Sunday, meron ka bang updates or any abiso sa iyong mga estudyante?
Maghintay po sila ng delivery of modules. But so far, sir, marami sa STEM students, particularly po sa aking hinahawakang sections, ang pipili po ng soft copy. Kaya hindi na po mahihirapan yung ating advisor sa pag-pack ng kanilang modules.
Actually, yun talaga yung sana all. Sana all ako din. Kaya lang, of course, we need to respect the decisions of our students. Kung gusto nila ng hard copy, ibigay natin as long as meron. Okay, so for my part, ulitin ko lang yung updates ko kanina. Join our Facebook close group for hope for my HUMS 11 students. Do not forget to take your long quiz, the part 1 and part 2. Our performance tasks for first quarter, we have the physical fitness plan, yung mga may health conditions, kung medyo hikain, tapusin nyo lang yung kaya nyong tapusin. Hindi ko kayo pinipilit. Okay? And also second, we have the fitness plan and the fitness plan implementation. Yung fitness plan implementation po natin, mga HUMS students, instead of 3 weeks, 2 na lang para yung mga late nag-start, they can still be accommodated, makahabol sila. And for our important announcement, for the details, for the updates, quiz and submission links, refer to the pinned or featured posts on the Facebook close group for our Health Optimizing Physical Education subject.
Okay, pahabol, sir.
Ano?
Hello po kay Mr. John Paul Millanes. Okay, bisita ka po dito minsan. Visit ka po sa ating station.
Ayan, good afternoon po. So for our further updates, kung meron pang susunod mamaya, we will be back after a short break.
Jose, bakit di ka pa nakikinig? Oras na ng klase ninyo sa radyo
Hindi naman po ako nakikita ni teacher eh.
Huwag magpabaya sa pag-aaral. Ang pagsisikap ay daan sa pag-unlad.
Isang paalala mula sa DepEd Region 2 at ng himpilang ito.
lahi.
Good afternoon. For the last 8 hours, Isabela National High School on air, Senior High School, Champ Campus Radio 97 MHz located at San Vicente City of Ilagan, Isabela has been broadcasting. Our 50 watts transmitter found at San Vicente City of Ilagan, Isabela is owned by the Department of Education, Region 2. Our technical team is led by our Principal 4, Mr. Silvino P. Cabangan, and Assistant Principal 2, Ma'am Elvira A. De Los Reyes. INHS-SHS faculty and staff fully supported by the Schools Division Office of the City of Ilagan through the leadership of the Schools Division Superintendent Dr. Gilbert Naragtong. This radio station aims to provide relevant, accessible, and quality education to all INHS-SHS learners. This likewise aims to propel our students' journey in the realization of their dreams and aspirations in life. Continue to stand by our next broadcast from Monday to Friday. Again, good afternoon and may the Lord bless us all.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Isabela National High School on air, Senior High School. Champ Campus Radio is now signing